In this video, I'm going to give you 10 tips that are relevant to the Foxwing 270° awning Series 2 being released early 2019. Here at Mad Matt 4-Wheel Drive, I'm all about educating and building the 4-wheel drive community so that we can all go out there and wheel well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, or if you're on Facebook, hit that like button. Now, Foxwing have actually given me this awning, and in exchange for that, I'm giving them this video. But they haven't told me how I need to do the video or what I need to say. So all of this is honestly my opinions. Let's get into it. When you release the buckles, extend the strap a bit like that, because then when you're packing it away, you can position the item in place, then pull it tight. And that applies to all 5 of the buckles. When you get the guy ropes, they're going to be a straight bit of rope like this. Now, I reckon they need an eyelet in the end, so I used a knot called a bowline. And if you've never done one before, this is an easy little poem to help you remember how to do the bowline. So there's a hole in the ground, which is the home of a rabbit, and that's the hole there. Here's the rabbit, and he comes out of the hole one day, and there's a tree. He goes behind the tree, and he sees a fox and gets terrified, so he dives back down his hole again. And that gives us the bowline, which can now hook on the top of the pole, and that gives us an excellent way to tie the pole down to the peg. Sometimes you can't put a peg in the ground, like the day we're sitting there in the river with the awning up, because it was a stinking hot day, and this is what we did. We got ourselves a couple of shopping bags, any bag will do. We put one on every pole, and we put a bunch of sand in those, or river rocks works as well, and it weighted down the pole so that when the breeze came up, which it did, nothing moved and the awning was kept safe. There's a strap that's designed to hold the Foxwing all the way open, and it lives in this bag here. Well, it doesn't on my vehicle. What I do with it is I have it attached to the awning permanently. Now, on my vehicle, it likes to fit here, but you also have a point up here which could take that strap. I also, when I pack up, leave that clip attached permanently and fold it up with the awning. That way I know where everything is all of the time, and when I get over to the other side of the vehicle, that there attaches to my roof rack perfectly, and I can set the tension easily. Now, the gutter system is fantastic and works great if it's pouring with rain. In the instructions, they say that to store it, you've got to feed it under these straps here, which may mean that you've got to unclip them. I found that to be a pain, so I did this. I take the gutter, one of these eyelets, feed it through this bit of Velcro here. If I need the gutter, it's there, I can use it. If I don't need the gutter, it just lives there all the time. So most of the time, I didn't even have to touch it. It puts it up out of the way. You don't have to feed it under the clips. I found that worked an absolute treat. So the next couple of hacks came about because when I first got the unit, I was getting too much weight or bulk in this area, and the zip on the cover wasn't zipping up real easy. So I worked out a system, and it's this. So see this zip here, bring the canvas up and align it with the zip like that, and then bring this point up and align it with the zip like that. What that's doing is bringing a lot more material towards the rear of the awning. Then we just roll this up like that and clip the 2 black clips in place and pull them tight. I absolutely love the fact that we've got our pegs and guy ropes and poles stored in the actual awning, so it's less stuff inside the car, which is great. Now, with regards to the poles, there's a bit of a technique I've worked out as to how to store them. Put all 4 poles inside their storage bag the same way, so that the feet end are all together. And then when we put them on the actual awning, we want to lay them essentially flat like that inside the bag. So we do it like this. So once I've got that all in place and clipped up, I then just take the time to rearrange the poles inside the bag so that they're all sitting flat like I demonstrated there a moment ago. And that's going to mean that when the cover comes over, the zip will be really nice and easy to zip up. So once everything's clipped up inside the bag, it's time to zip it up. Now what I've found is that when you're zipping it, put your fingers of your right hand in front of the zip like this, and it just means that things don't get caught up inside the zip. Nice and easy like that. After I'd been using the awning for a little while, I started to notice that the buckles stopped lining up, and I'm going, what's going on here? I thought I was doing something wrong until I realised that the outer cover is actually in the sail track, and it had been moving just with normal use. So now, every so often, I just give the cover a little bit of a slide in that sail track like that, a bit of a pull there, and then these clips line up again, and everything's working tickety-boo. After I got back from my holidays, this awning was covered in mud, dust, and scratches from all the trees that we'd been driving through and stuff like that. So what I did was I got myself some silicone spray, which is available in any automotive store, and a rag, and I gave it a spray and I gave it a wipe down, and look at it, it's looking like new. I also put some silicone spray on the zip, and that's meaning that the zip's sliding nice and easy as well. Now, if you've loved this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button or the like button if you're watching on Facebook. I'm Mad Matt. Stay safe on the trails.